My name is Rachel Maxey, aka Rachel Darling _ on Instagram. Sounds weird when you say it out loud, but okay. And I'm going to talk about my style evolution. And I've got some notes so I don't get too off track. Here we go. So I have been dressing in the vintage style, or pinup style, I guess, for 3 or 4 years now, I think. And within those 3 or 4 years, even, I have evolved. So it's been kind of a long process. I guess we'll start with high school. Those 4 glorious years of everyone's life. I'm just kidding. So high school and a lot of my life, I didn't have a definitive style at all. I didn't really know how I wanted to dress, and I bopped around from different styles. Freshman year, I basically just threw together stuff from Kohl's or hand-me-downs from my sister. But, I don't think that's uncommon for freshmen in high school. I don't really expect anyone to have their own definitive style or understanding of how they want to dress that early. That's kind of what high school is for, I guess. Towards the end of freshman year, I kind of tried to get into the whole punk scene. I bought a Ramones shirt and a Misfits shirt. Did I listen to their music? No, but that was not important to me. Sophomore year, I ventured into the scene phase, as a lot of us have, or I tried to. It's one thing if you venture into the scene phase and are successful at it. I was not. I tried real hard, guys. I shopped a lot at Hot Topic. My mom wouldn't let me dye my hair, so I got dark brown extensions and kind of put them in to kind of give the illusion that I had dyed hair. So yeah, that was an interesting year. Junior and senior year. Well, first of all, junior year, I dyed my hair bleach blonde. I don't remember anything really definitive about my junior year. Senior year, I think I got into a little T Swift phase. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I wanted to look exactly like her, and I tried. Throughout my entire high school, I had started delving into my passion for filmmaking. So I think my love for that and the world of costume design started to build up. And in college, freshman year again was kind of but I did start wearing lipstick a lot more than I did, and for the first time really, and curling my hair, and my obsession with Marilyn Monroe kind of started to develop, and Katy Perry was a big inspiration for me. So I think freshman year was kind of sprouting me into my my future vintage obsession. I don't know what that is. Sophomore year was kind of the same thing, but because I went to film school, I started making a lot more of my own films than I did in high school, and I started noticing a trend of my pieces being very costume heavy and very storytelling heavy, and a lot of them had to do with the 40s or earlier and 50s. And so I had so much fun dressing all those characters and going shopping for all those characters. And I think that subconsciously kind of got me thinking, I want to dress like that all the time. But it wasn't really until junior year of college that I actually decided that was something that I could do. It was thanks a lot to social media and the girls that I followed on Instagram. My 2 big ones at the time were Rachel Francis X and No Boring Days. Although at the time she was Miss Daisy Nash. And of course, Dita Von Teese, obviously. And Miss Mosh was a big one for me. And so I started seeing these girls on Instagram that were dressing so cute every day and just looking so happy and confident. And so I started testing the waters a bit. And I cut my hair really short. I had my mom teach me how to do pin curls, and I started thrifting. I started buying staple items like skirts and some shirts. And I started buying a little bit of vintage reproduction, maybe like 1 or 2 dresses from Collective. And I felt cool. I felt like a character in one of my films, and I felt like my image told a story to people. I just think when people see this, they get much more of my personality than if I was just wearing something from Forever 21. Not that there's anything wrong with that. And then over the years, it has just kind of developed and blossomed, and I've started buying more vintage dresses, and it's gotten to the point where I would say 95% of my wardrobe now is vintage or vintage reproduction or clothes that could pass as vintage, which is really cool, and it gives me a lot of options, and I know that building up that is kind of the hardest part. But it's interesting to look at my style at the beginning of my vintage journey, if you will. I had a lot more bright colors and some pieces that maybe didn't work as well or that I wouldn't wear now. And then from then till now, just even that evolution within itself, I wear a lot more dark colors now, earth tones. I definitely have evolved into more of the 1940s, and I'm sure it'll evolve more, and it's a never-ending process, and I think it's really fun. And now I kind of get my inspiration from costume design, from movies, from TV shows. You know, if I see a character on a TV show dressed really cool, I'm like, I'm gonna do that now with the things that I have. And I'm just really glad that I found this style, because I think it expresses my creativity a lot more, and it helps me get excited every day. Maybe not every day. That's about it. Here I am. I would like to thank Morgan, aka Miss Semi-Sweet, for being just freaking adorable, and asking me to do this, because this was fun. And alright, well, that's it. So have a great day, guys. Thanks for watching. Okay.